Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns. Welcome to 333 Magic 9, where the tarot cards and the astrology stars come together to help you. 2024 is going to be an exciting year with a lot of change and a lot of opportunity. And here's the energy that will be coming at you. I hope you will like this video and also press the little bell for notifications when my new videos come out. Virgo, the tarot card for the first quarter is the Fool. It shows a young man who's headed to the future. He is traveling with only a staff over his shoulder and a rose in his hand. On his staff is a small bag that contains what he needs. There's a small dog at his feet, and that represents instinctive guidance. He is looking to the sky, showing potential, but maybe a lack of practicality. So as we look into the first quarter, January has a warning as it begins because there's squares from Mercury and Venus to Saturn and Neptune. And this can bring confusion with family and your deepest feelings. And that would affect your personal security, as well as your relationships. Uranus goes direct on the 27th in your 9th house. So evaluate your future potential. Where does it lie? The Sun will conjunct Pluto in Aquarius on the 20th in your 6th house, exposing secrets that are frustrating your job situation and perhaps your health, so be careful. February starts nice, but gets bumpy as Mars will conjunct Pluto on the 14th. So watch out for your work performance and keep your emotions in check. The 22nd through the 25th may find you seeking new work opportunities, but running into some resistance. And as we move into March, it starts with a bang, as Venus will square Uranus up in the 9th house. So do not act like a know-it-all, because you don't know it all. And then Venus will square Uranus, exposing conflicts that there may be in romance. And Neptune in your 7th house suggests that you have some sensuous connections, but keep them realistic. The tarot card for the second quarter is the Knight of Cups. It shows a man in armor seated upon a white horse, extending a cup before him. His helmet signifies imagination, and there is water behind him. He suggests inspiration, creativity, and emotion. You may receive an offer that has a positive emotional impact, and it may include love and romance. Now, as we look into the second quarter, April begins with a total solar eclipse and Mercury going retrograde in the 8th house, and this can bring some emotional challenges. So don't allow passion to rule, especially since Venus and Mars will conjunct Neptune in the 7th, and this can bring some confusion into relationships. Unusual ideas will come to you when Jupiter conjuncts Uranus in the 9th house and Pluto squares the Sun on the 20th. So you must stay poised at work, but also know where your ambitions are taking you. In May, Mars in the 8th house will energize your passions on the 1st, but Pluto in the 6th house warns you to maintain your boundaries at work. The Sun and Venus will conjunct Uranus up in the 9th house, so focus on new ambitions because Mercury will also conjunct Uranus and can help you think out of the box. And Jupiter, now moving into your 10th house, challenges your expertise and new possibilities in your career. As we move to June, it starts like crazy with messages flying all over the place. But it may become challenging when difficult energies will affect your 10th house. And Saturn will turn retrograde at the end of the month in your 7th house. So that demands that you respect the rules of the game and be willing to help your partners. The tarot card for the third quarter is the Death card. It suggests the ever-changing cycles of nature with endings becoming new beginnings. Your world is changing, but is also full of new potential. So don't be stuck in the past. Keep the faith, go through the changes, and move to the future. Now, as we look into the third quarter, in July, Neptune joins Saturn retrograde in your 7th house of relationships, and that can bring some confusion or misunderstanding. But Venus and Mercury may make communications more exciting, but then Mars conjuncts Uranus up in your 9th house. And there is a square also to Mercury from the 12th house. So this can disrupt your intuition. And you should also be very careful with secrets. Now, as we move into August, Mercury goes retrograde in your 1st house. And that can disrupt your personal plans and watch what you say to others. And mid-month is volatile as Mars, up in the 10th house, will square Saturn and conjunct Jupiter. So control yourself in career situations. You may make mistakes, and Saturn in the 7th house may affect your understanding of your personal and business relationships. As we move into September, the Sun in Virgo and your 1st house creates issues with personal expression, so don't be too critical of others. And be especially aware around the lunar eclipse, which happens in your 7th house on the 18th, and that can upset your partners and your relationships. And be extra careful when trying to understand the emotions of others. The tarot card for the 4th quarter is the Four of Wands. This is one of the happiest cards in the tarot deck. It combines the energy of the Four, which represents positive energy on the material plane, with the Wands, which express happiness and ease of expression. This suggests a good time for success in material and spiritual concerns. And there may be a romance or a marriage that happens around you, so be careful. Now, as we move into October, Jupiter goes retrograde in your 10th house of career, causing you to rethink your career goals. And Pluto will go direct in your 5th house, and that'll help you understand romantic problems and also help you in creative projects. There will be a grand trine in water signs, and that will help everybody's emotions keep on flowing, and there's a lot of crazy aspects, so just go with the flow. As we go into November, there is some tension in the air as Mars in the 11th house will oppose Pluto in the 5th, warning of power struggles in romantic situations and also with people that you do networking with or your associates in business. And that is followed by the Sun down in the 3rd house, and it will be in opposition to Uranus, which is going to be in the 9th. So balance your ambitions with reality. Mercury will go retrograde in the 4th house, so adjust your security and family needs. As we move into December, Mars will go retrograde in the 12th house, asking you to be aware of your limitations and your deeper emotions. But Neptune goes direct up in the 7th house, and that can help bring relationship opportunities and more sensuality, especially since Venus in the 6th house will be opposing Mars in the 12th. And that's going to ask you to balance your work time with some quiet time and maybe have a little romance, but just keep it above board. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like to thank you for listening. Please like my videos and share them with your friends. And remember, this is the best time to prepare for 2024 with a private psychic and spiritual reading or a natal transit astrology chart. And you can order them at my website, professorastrology.com. And I hope you have a fabulous new year.